next.
Around the corner, got them shades on my eyes. It's a pretty little thing by my side that's flawless. Why you niggas still chasing roaches? Collecting all this money on the roads like I'm homeless. A nigga like me.
Yeah, man, people, welcome back to the channel again, man. You don't know this is Nicardo Media House. They are again with DFC, Daniel Football Show. Another episode of the PREM Podcast, episode 6. Welcome back to the channel. Today is Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday, man. But Daniel, a whole heap of things going on football. This week.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear. I say, a whole heap of things going on football thing. Whole heap of storyline, drama, everything.
Yeah, madness. Yeah, man, people don't know. Back on the PREM Podcast. I don't know. Always welcome on here. You don't know.
Yeah, and just, if you're new guys, you know what to do. Click that bell, click that subscription bell, like up the video over DFC and Nicardo Media House. We're here every Sunday, talk about the PREM, and Daniel channel. We talk about the Extra Time Podcast, Extra Time Talk Podcast. We just talk about all the big games, outside of the Premier League. So we go in Mexico, Brazil. We always give Saudi Arabia, the Pro League down there, look around us, what's going on in the money bag. A couple times we touch about the Belgium, the Classic and in Netherlands. So, good podcast, man, to listen. So, let's go over there and support the podcast and support all his videos. His channel description will always be in my in my description box, so you can look for it and click it from there. But welcome back to the channel, man. You don't know, here to talk about the Premier League again. This weekend, man, filled with a lot of stories and drama. Manchester City finally lost. Aston Villa thump up Brighton 6-1 early kickoff on Saturday. United, man, worst start to a season over 30 years. Luton Town, man. Luton Town got their first ever Premier League 3 points, beating Everton at Goodison Park 2-1 in the rain. VAR decision, that was crazy, because I was watching the game and I look on camera and I say, yo, bro, that's a goal. You must say, no, it's offside. I say, bro, that's a goal, bro. Like, how the hell is that offside? Like, come on. But we're going just stick around, man. We're going to talk about all those things, in the show. But, we're going to kick off things, what transpire everything, in London. Spurs versus Liverpool, man. Spurs finally ended that 21-game unbeaten streak for Liverpool against them. It was a really good game. But, bro, I think when Liverpool got that second red card, I think Spurs were scared to attack us. You have to give Jurgen Klopp a whole heap of credit, man. But that first half though, it was a good show for Liverpool. They control the game. Mo Salah is really in good form. Alisson made a couple saves. I think he went in. I think who took that shot? I think Madison or Bissouma, Kuliszewski. I'm not sure which one of them, but Alisson made.
Not sure.
Huh?
I'm not sure because honestly, I really get to watch that game because I was on my way to work driving, so I really couldn't really. But I see a few clips and stuff like that. But I know.
Yeah, so in that London, man, Spurs beat Liverpool 2-1. But what's your taste though on that game overall?
I think the first part of the game, both teams was going at it, very open, and then I think that controversial goal kind of change the game, change the atmosphere in the stadium.
Yeah.
Boom, Tottenham score, Song score, and then Liverpool, the red card kind of mess up the game a little bit, you know, mess it up, and then from there, you think that Tottenham going to take it over, smash Liverpool, and no, Liverpool stay in the game. They did the same thing they did at Newcastle early part of that season when they get that red card. I don't know. I guess I'm assuming that club play them with less men in training, so when them get in a situation like this, they know what to do. They're still able to attack, defense.
Klopp is a bad man coach.
They don't care. They don't care if they're down 9 men, 10 men. They're still able to attack.
Yeah, man. Klopp is a real bad man coach. Trust me. That man have no fear, you know, when he's coaching a team. You know, but the red card, though, I was watching the game and the commentator, Lee Dixon, you know, he's a ex-Arsenal player. He was like, oh, no, that should not be a red card. And, like, I mean, you know, one thing don't want him to change. You know, when the referee step to the VAR screen, don't slow down the game for him. Same. Just give him that like real action, like as it happened at first. Just give him that replay, but don't slow it down, because the moment they slow it down, it's going to look ugly. I mean, it's a ugly challenge. It's a red card for me, but you know, it was disturbing to hear a very experienced commentator, Lee Dixon, a man that, you know, played over 400 career games, you know, in his football journey, to saying that, yo, that's not a red card. The man go over the ball. He missed the ball. There is no chance that would have been a yellow card. That's always a red card for me.
You think that's a red card?
Yeah, I mean, that was a red card. It wasn't like a rash challenge where he went in hard, but he went over the top of the ball and he crushed the man's ankle.
So I didn't think it's a red card, because I see the same thing that Gustard got the red card for is almost like the same challenge. I feel like the player. I understand the game changed. And back in the day, you could go in a tackle. If you miss the ball, or if you go over the ball and hit the player, it's a normal yellow card. Sometimes referee make you get off. But I feel like now in today's games, every tackle is a yellow card. Every time is a red card. So if we're gonna make every hard tackle a red card, every game is gonna have a 10-man done. So my thing is that it's a contact sports. I don't think those is going there in their intention to hurt the player, but I feel like we are taking away the physical hardness of the game. That's what I believe. I don't think it's a red card.
Yeah, I mean, man could have broke his ankle, man. But that Jota, he came on the pitch and he picked up 2 yellow cards in 90 minutes. That's crazy. That's
a silly decision by the player. No, that's red cards. You know, regardless, that is a red card right there. You know?
I think this Liverpool team is indisciplined. 4 red cards already, and it's 7 games.
I think some of the red cards are unlucky, harsh. You know, the one that
I remember McAllister's red card was overturned too. Yeah. That game against Bournemouth. Was it Bournemouth?
Yeah. No, yeah. It was Bournemouth at home, and then the Van Dijk one at Newcastle. That was a red card. So you maybe could say they're being a little bit.
They got that red card at Wolves too, right?
Did they? I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
But they picked up 4. The team collected 4 red cards already.
I know they have a lot of red cards so far this season. That
is crazy. You know, but I don't know, man. But you know, Tottenham, you know, their fans, you know, the atmosphere. Remember that atmosphere like you used to get at White Hart Lane? It's like it's coming back. You know, you remember the stadium is huge.
Yeah.
The stadium is huge, so you know the atmosphere at White Hart Lane was right down on the pitch. But at White Hart Lane was like 40,000 people, you know, just like what Stamford Bridge. Yeah, so you know you could see that, you know, Tottenham people that are finding their voice back again, and the coach, man, I don't know, man. He came in and he just pulled the handbrake, dropped everyone down, and just go play football, enjoy yourself. You know, he's doing a good job. and his charisma and the touchline, he's so calm. You never see him flare up like he's always have his tempo control. But Tottenham, I think he is the second coach to go unbeaten in 7 games for the opening 7 game of a season. So big up to Big, and he's doing a really good job. But touch a little bit though on Liverpool. Liverpool, I think most people said Liverpool are not title challengers, but seeing how Liverpool playing against Tottenham, got 2 red cards, and they playing with 3 men in the back, and those wing backs just pushing up, attacking. They're getting their mojo back, and I think just give them a transfer season, 2 more transfer windows. January, and if they sign players in January or they go on next summer and sign a couple more pieces, they will be back where they left off a couple seasons ago when they were in the Premiership. But I see this Liverpool team challenge. Trust me.
I see them challenge too. They have looked very excited. They have a lot of attacking powers up top. Side come in and give them that very exciting box to box.
Dutch boy.
McAllister, very creative. Diaz look himself again. Salah, I was gonna give you.
Nunes looking sharp.
Nunes looking sharp. So I think Liverpool's gonna be. They're gonna up there. Don't call them out.
It's just the defensive part of their game, that high press.
I'm not even worried about their defense because I feel like they're gonna outscore most teams when they play teams.
I mean, that's what they usually do. That's Liverpool. They always outscore teams. They always score goals. And the man Mo Salah you could see that he's getting his rhythm back, scoring more and more goals now. But you have to big up Jurgen Klopp. But look, one more thing before we move on from Liverpool. When Spurs, when that last, I think they played with 2 men up in the last 20 minutes of the game. I think Spurs, they got panic. They just didn't know what to do. But Liverpool were just pressing them and playing compact. Liverpool packed the midfield. But what Spurs should have done in that game is push up both wing backs all the way. Spurs field is huge. It's wide. Spread out Liverpool players on the pitch. Push the both wing backs wide on the touchline. Son, Kuliskevsi, push them wide and just try to get that midfield open up. That's where they pack. And Tottenham were just trying to go down in the middle, go down, and it was just unlucky for them to get that goal, and the ball was coming from the wing, and that's what they just need to do in that game and just try to open up that Liverpool team more, But as I said, man, big up Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp is a real gangster coach, no fear, That I love coaches like that. To be honest. And most coaches down, got 2 red cards, wouldn't even bring on Trent Alexander-Arnold to defend, and he brought him on. I think even the last couple of minutes of that game, Liverpool got a corner kick where they could have scored from. I think Van Dijk bought that ball over the bar. So
What do you think about Matip goal? Do you think it could have done a little bit better in that?
It's just one of them things, man. It was just one of them own goal where it's just, I don't know, he was just trying to clear it the other way and it go the other way, but unfortunately, man, I think I seen a story that they were saying that he was in tears or something like that. He was just down because just giving up an own goal after fighting a Tottenham team that coming at them for the last 20-25 minutes of the game. So it was just one of them games, where you just unlucky, that own goal scored. But moving on, man, where at the Molineux, Wolves beat the champions, 2-1. Arsenal fans can breathe again because there's no invincible. Arsenal fans can breathe again, but look, City's not City look even worse without the big boys. Yeah,
they look very leggy. They look very predictable too.
Predictable.
Not sure if Pep can even change it because he doesn't really have
what he's going to change.
Doesn't really have anyone to come on. Kevin De Bruyne, Ireland look lost, barely touching the ball. sometimes when they used to struggle with the players up top, Gundogan used to come in and score very important goals when they need that from the midfield. So I think
old boy Mateo Kovacic running the midfield for Manchester City.
Kovacic, I think people used to get excited with Kovacic because he runs with the ball and he shift a little bit, but he's not a creator. He's not a goal scorer.
Yeah,
he's just a good dribbler with the ball, but that's it. That is it.
That is it. You know, but Erling Haaland, man, I don't know. He scored 4 goals last season in this fixture. He scored a hat-trick at the Etihad, and he scored 1 at the Molineux last season. And you remember when Wolves did that double over Manchester City when Traore beat them at Etihad? You remember those 2 games?
Yeah.
When, you know, I mean, Wolves always, you know, have Manchester City ticket in some way. But, you know, since that double in 2019 and 20, you know, Wolves have lost each of those 6 games to Manchester City. So, you know, it was a little surprising. But in that game that Wolves play United at Old Trafford, you could see that this is a team can play football, but it's just that they just have to do it on a consistent basis. You know, but everything have to do with Pedro Neto. That they start, everything have to go to Pedro Neto, and they just need to be a little bit more clinical up front, and you know they will get the job done. But Erling Haaland, you think he can do it on a consistent basis without the big boys in the team, Kevin De Bruyne and no John Stones, you know, no Rodri?
No, because I feel like they rely on Alvarez too much. Haaland, he feed off a ball in the box. Who's gonna do that? They're not really doing that. You get what I'm saying? It's more like feed to the ball, feed to his foot, over the top. They're not really creating enough chances. And I feel like right now they're very predictable. Like they just play one way. You know, sometimes Kevin De Bruyne look up and look, he whip the ball in the box, and Haaland, there's none of that right now. So right now, they're going to have to rely on Alvarez to score more goals for them. Yeah.
And you know, when they used to have Riyad Mahrez on that right side, you know, Riyad Mahrez is a goal scorer, he's a creator. You know, he creates spaces, you know, but come on, this is Foden. This should be his chances, you know, for show the coach that, you know, I can do it, and he's not doing that consistently right now, you know. He played today good, and then tomorrow he don't play good. So, you know, Foden have to step up more, you know. But look, you have to just give Wolves credit. They took their chance, and guess what? They only took 1 shot on target and win the game 2-1. You know, that says a lot. I mean, Manchester City got a few chances in that first half, and it goes again back to the Newcastle game at St. James Park in the EFL Cup on Wednesday, where the second half they just don't look themselves. No. They're just all over the place, you know, and you could see that Rodri is a big miss.
Yeah, every time when teams trying to get City on the corner, he able to come back in the middle and intercept the ball and stuff like that. And he's a leader too, and he comes up with goals when they really need.
He comes up with big goals.
Yeah,
big goal, you know, big goals. You know, Pep Guardiola obviously was off the touchline, and he picked up 3 yellow cards. You know, did you familiarize that new rule that they brought in the new season? When a coach picked up 3 yellow cards, you missed the next game.
Really? For is that the managers? Really?
Yeah, for managers.
I was wondering why was he in the stands. I didn't know that. I didn't realize. I didn't know that.
Yeah. You know, he picked up 3 yellow cards already in the season. So you know, whenever a coach picked up 3 yellow cards, you missed the next game. I mean that.
You just saw that video where Pep was like that Korean guy, and he said the Korean guy come back and score.
Yeah.
He did that with Song a couple years ago in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Song score.
Yeah.
So
you know, but look, you know, obviously, you know, Rodri is facing a 3-match ban, you know. So I like to start with Rodri, you know. So with Rodri, they played 144 games. They lose 19 of those games, 19%, you know, losing rate. And without, they played 15 games, you know, lose 5, and win ratio is 33%. You know, you could see that's a big difference.
Yeah.
You know, when Roger is playing and when he's not playing. But City have 2 massive fixtures next, away in the Champions League in Germany to Leipzig, and then back in the Premier League, where I think that's Roger last game ban. But he's going to play the next game. Obviously, that's in the Champions League. But look, the big one is against Arsenal. You know, where you think City goes from there?
Where that game playing? Home?
Away, he played at the Emirates.
I think Arsenal gonna win that game.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal gonna win that game. Honestly.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's going to Arsenal have to take advantage. You remember they dropped the ball last season.
Mm-hmm.
They dropped that ball last season, and they picked up 3-0, something like that at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, they dropped the ball last season where they should have won that game and go on. I think it would be 10 points.
I think this is the best time to face City right now. Go at that midfield, at that defense. Yeah, I think Arsenal.
Listen, but after that Arsenal game, you're gonna have the international break. After international break, promise you, City will be a different team.
Yeah.
Promise you, City will be a different team. But moving on, from the West Midlands at the Molineux, going up north, at Old Trafford, man, it's 10 out. Eric.
He's making a lot of strange decisions this season.
Strange decision. But look, we've been crying out for Amrabat to come in the midfield, and his starting position is from left back. That is crazy. Look, we obviously we have been battered with injuries. Malacia, we have 3 left back, and 3 of them injured. Malacia, Reguilon, and Shaw. But Luke Shaw is close to return. Reguilon is close to return. I think Malacia more of a long-term injury, but we have a Spanish kid. He was on loan last season. I think was at Preston. I think his name is Fernandez.
Yeah.
I think Hugo Fernandez. But let the kids play. Give them a chance. So played one of those kids at left back. Push Amrabat in the midfield with Casemiro, because the way I see Casemiro played at the weekend, Amrabat come from left back into the midfield. Casemiro is just running up the field like a chicken, like a headless chicken. Just don't know what to do. The players were just all over the pitch. You understand? And there was no width on the left side, as Amrabat is playing as a left invert coming to the midfield. Marcus Rashford, I don't know what's going on with Marcus Rashford. Every time they give him the ball on that left side, he loses the ball, and they just kept feeding him, and he just losing the ball. They would not even try to give Facundo Pellistri the ball more on that right side. Him and Diego Dalot, both those players were keeping the width on that right side. So when that ball go on the right side, it was more looking dangerous for United as they pull out all those Crystal Palace left-sided player to come out to defend. But on the left side, that's where the problem is. And we need to start up that midfield as Mason Mount. This is a problem. Like, I'm not trying to say Mason Mount don't have qualities, but you can't be trying to play too safe. As a midfielder, you have to be trying to be more creative. You have to try push up yourself in the game. Try to want the ball all the time. And I think he's just shying away from the ball, and that's low of confidence. And then Bruno Fernandes is a midfield where if he don't have his good game, it's going to look ugly, because he's a midfielder that make things happen. He takes risks. That's the thing with Bruno. He takes risks. So I feel like him, he's going to lose the ball very often. But when it's do work, it's look pretty.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So yeah, go on.
I was watching that game. I was taking that game. United didn't really do anything in the first half. I really didn't see Crystal Palace keeper making any crazy save, any world-class save. Like, I don't remember them, you guys putting pressure on even in the second half, same thing, nothing. Like, I don't know. I think Mason Mount was bright. He was trying.
Yeah,
he was trying. I think he was. I don't know why they're gonna take him off, because I feel like he was.
I mean, he's just coming back from injury still. We have a lot of games coming up.
Yeah,
but You go
That Amrabat, I think you should put Amrabat in the midfield and put.
But he's looking good. He's looking good. He's switching the players. He could see his range of pass. He's switching the players. He played excellent. But you just can't let him start from left back. That's not his position. That's not his role.
Yeah.
And I think the coach needs to take responsible for this for that loss. He needs to take responsible for that. You know, his tactics is just half-full. Yes, Rasmus Holland, you know, you could see that, you know, he's a good player, but still a bit raw, and he's making moves, he's making runs, and yet again, you know, Marcus Rashford is just not playing that 1-2 link up with the player. I don't know what's going on with him. You know, you don't want to play in the center forward position, and we brought America for you to play on the left, and you just have to play that connection with him. You know, find that formula with him. You know, find that chemistry, find that mojo with him. You know, just try to make he be your best mate. Yeah. On the pitch, you know, they can score loads of goals, you know, but I don't know. You just have to find back some form. He just look woeful. You know, his attitude, the way how he's looking at the game, his face expression, everything is just low down at this moment.
I think something is going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, something has to be going on behind the scene with Marcus Rashford, you know, but I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, Glazers this, Glazers that. Yeah, the Glazers have their side where they should have done more, but the coach in this game, this Crystal Palace game, he has to take responsibility of what happened in the game. So, and then the players.
My question to you, as you're a United fan, what do you think about Tenga? So, do you want him out, or do you think you?
I'm going to say what the Gunners fan said, probably 12 months ago with Arteta. You know, trust the process. Trust the process, guys. Look, Mikel Arteta was just like this. You know, inconsistent with picking players. You know, poor tactics. You know, so. I just want to see what he's going to do probably next season. You know, I don't want to just throwing out coaches there and there, you know, and you know, but yeah, but I think that's it for United. Oh, another thing with United, you know, Hannibal, the Moroccan player, he ran the most kilometers in any other player that played for United in the last 5 seasons in that game, the first game we played against Crystal Palace in the EFL Cup. And guess what? You sat him on the bench.
The whole game.
The whole game. Is that crazy, bro?
That is crazy.
You could see that when he played Pelestri, Hannibal, and Garnacho, you could see that they press. They were pressing because they're kids, they're young, they're hungry, they have something to prove. And you know, I could understand that you said, okay, you could probably, you know, bench Hannibal for the Premier League game, but at least give them the youth some respect and give him some minutes in the Premier League.
Yeah.
You know, he just didn't do it, man.
I think he have favorites. I think he have favorites.
Yeah, he definitely have favorites. He definitely have favorites, man. And you know, United next fixtures at home to Galatasaray, and then we travel to the GTEC Stadium away to Brentford in the Premier League, and that's how they close out, you know, the international break. You know, before the international break. But you know, moving on, you know, South Coast, you know, at the Vitality Stadium, Bournemouth versus Arsenal. 007 is off the mark.
Averts.
He's surprised, man. He scored that goal, man.
First goal, penalty, you know, anything we do to be a little confident, you know. You just want to see the ball in the back of the net and able to, you know, feel good about yourself. But yeah.
You think that will give him confidence, huh?
Yeah. Nothing, never say never, you know. His teammates is really looking out for him, so that's a good thing.
I have a question. Arsenal played 3 away games so far in the Prem. They haven't conceded. They won all 3 games. But at home, he saw against Fulham, Nottingham Forest could have beaten them at home. You know, and I think they played another game at home where, you know, they were looking really awful. But why do you think that they playing tremendous well on the road from home. You think that is pressure the Emirates knowing that they have to win the league?
I think it's pressure. I think when they're at home, they're going for it. They open up, so they're starting fast. They're playing a very high line. So I feel like it's more when they're at home, they expect to win. So tactically, at home and away, it's different how they approach the game. That's what I believe.
Yeah. And you see they drop points again. The North London derby last weekend, and they almost lost that game against Fulham. They almost lost that game against Nottingham Forest. The only game that they played at home which looked really impressive was against PSV in the Champions League. And but I think it's pressure. I think it's pressure playing at home in front of your home fans, knowing that they expect you guys to win the league, travel, and picked up more and more 3 points than what they did last season. But Arsenal, they're just gonna get even better. If you can keep winning away just like this impressive and picked up the odd points at home, there's no way you should lose a title. But look, they spent over 240 something days on the top of the league and don't win it. So so
I think if they don't win the title or something this season, I think Arteta gonna have a lot of pressure.
Yeah, you will be on a lot of pressure. Goodison Park, man. The new boys finally got their 3 points. Luton Town. What a game. I didn't watch that first half. I was seeing most of the second half, and that goal zone and Peacock. But what a game from Luton Town. You could see the atmosphere at the end of the state, at the end of the game. The fans were celebrating. The courts was pumping the air, in the rain. It was just a really good scene at the end at Goodison Park, just to see that Luton Town finally got off the mark. And I think they're on 4 points now. They got 1 point last week. They got 3 points this week. So it's momentum building. They have Tottenham next at home. Can they beat Tottenham? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But can Carlton Morris, Luton Town striker, can he lead them from the safety drop this season? He's looking good now. I think 2-2 from him. You think he scored 3 goals already this season?
Yeah. I think he can do a job, but I'm looking at the team around them. I'm gonna say Burnley, Sheffield United.
Other teams are not picking up points. That's a good thing for them.
No, they're not. So Bournemouth, I think Bournemouth.
They still haven't won a game.
They still haven't won a game.
Sheffield still haven't won a game.
They beat Everton. Expect Everton to down there as well, and I don't know. It's very. So never say never, because I never expect them to go and beat Everton. So
it's 3 teams that haven't won a game: Burnley, Sheffield, and Sheffield, and Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, yeah.
3 teams that haven't won a game, and 2 teams that still unbeaten. Arsenal and Tottenham, 2 North London teams still haven't lost a game so far. But let's see if that's
never say. As I said, never say never. They can beat the job. Never say.
Never. Who is Luton Town next game? No, my bad earlier when I said Luton Town next game is Spurs. Luton Town next game is Burnley Tuesday, a rescheduled game.
Really?
Yeah.
If they win that, if they win that game, they have. You could say going forward they could be. It's Luton Town
home game. It's Luton Town home game.
The season is still early though. It's a long way. It's a long way.
The season is still early, man. But they have Burnley at home Tuesday, and then on the weekend they have a TV game against Tottenham. If they win that game Tuesday, momentum is high on the weekend. I'm telling you that. But yeah, we spoke about this Everton team last week in episode 5, and we were saying that even though they beat Brentford away, they could just come back home. As you said it, they could just throw away the game, and they did exactly what you said.
Not surprised. Not surprised. This is I've been Everton over the years. They'll go and win a game that they're not supposed to win, and they go back home. What is going on at Goodison Park? Why are they so poor at Goodison Park? I don't get it.
No, man. I don't know what's going on at Goodison Park, but I don't know.
They have a very good fan base, and their atmosphere is really good. Why they always struggle there? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Teams used to hate going to Goodison Park.
Yeah, teams used to hate go to Goodison Park, man.
They're not good there. I don't know what's going on.
Moving from off the Merseyside, man. Moving to the Midlands, Aston Villa versus Brighton at 6-1. 6-1, bro. Did you surprise of that scoreline? Not surprised I've seen Aston Villa beat Brighton, but the scoreline.
I did predict that game to be 2-2.
I predict that 3-2.
3-2?
Yeah.
So I did predict a very exciting game and stuff like that. And then when I wake up in the morning, I saw 3-0 in the first half. I'm like, what? So, yeah. Two exciting attacking teams.
Yeah.
Going forward and stuff like that. I feel like Europa League is going to affect Brighton this season.
Yeah.
Because De Zerbi is going to keep on
They have I think 3 games. They have 3 games in the next space of 8 days.
Yeah.
So they have they played Aston Villa Saturday, and they played Marseille Thursday, and then they played another game again on the weekend after the international break. They're going to play another game, and then they play the Europa League, and then they play they're out of the Carabao Cup, so they will be good. But they have a lot of games. Roberto De Zerbi, he was the last at Stamford Bridge in the AFL Cup. He was calling on the younger players to move quickly, as fast as they can, because there's going to be a lot of games, from by now until the end of the calendar year. But
yeah,
I'm not going saying that Brighton going to drop down out of the top 6, but they will be up there. But they're going to have games like this after a midweek game, because you could understand they played they played that game at home in the Europa League against Athens, and they just didn't play it good. And then they played another midweek game again against Chelsea. So you see the midweek games is affecting them already moving into the weekend. So it's up to Coach Roberto De Zerbi what he's doing. But West Ham and London, Sheffield, 2 games, 10 goals conceded.
I think Luton look way better than them. Remember, people were saying Luton might not have enough. I think Sheffield United might be worse. Yeah, I think they might be worse.
But the coach, I talked about it last weekend. Paul Hickenbottom. When he's going to get that sack? When is he going to get that sack? They just can't do any better, and they can't do any worse. They're just not picking up points. They're not scoring goals. They're not doing nothing, man. But you have
to Sam.
But Sheffield next 2 games. Away to Fulham, and then after the international break, they home to United. Can't get any better. Any worse than that. Fulham, I don't see him go to Craven Cottage and picked up a pint. And then, United is coming back after the international break, going to want to win. And, you just never know when United can turn up, and probably they can get another spunk. But, you know what? I think they're waiting on the international break to make a decision. That's when coaches normally get fired.
Yeah.
Where they have that time span, that nice, lovely 10 days where, coach can come in, get in a few training sessions before the game on the weekend. But, moving up north, from London, St. James Park, the Geordies, the Magpies, they beat Burnley, a comfortable 2-0 victory. I never see that game so easy before. No threat, nothing from Burnley. They look good playing out the ball. They look good in controlling position, but the end product is just not there. And defending, they just can't defend.
Yeah. Company. Do you think maybe he can get sacked too?
I think.
You don't think his job under threat?
I'm going to say not yet, because what he did last season by getting them promoted, no one expected Burnley to get back promoted to the Premier League this quick, and he did. So I think that what he did, buy them some time. Yeah, buy them some time. Just look. I mean, give him until the end of the year. Give him until the end of the year. But
they're playing good football, but they just can't.
Yeah, that's what I said. Give him the next transfer period. Where he can go out and probably get a striker. I think the striker, the player that they bought from the Bundesliga, is still out, injured. But West Ham, Newcastle, their first time winning back-to-back Premier League games. Sheffield last week and now Burnley. They had a tough start to the season, but they unbeaten in their last 5 games. They won 4 of those games. The only game that they drew was at San Siro against AC Milan, where they could have even nicked that game. But Newcastle look like they're back in their mojo where they can just run teams off the park again.
Yeah, I think, as I said, their first couple of games was some very tough games. And
tough games, yeah.
So they're starting to get a little farm, get back in their groove. And, luckily they get some very easy games, to build back that confidence and stuff like that. But, good result for Newcastle.
Yeah, good result. And Isak, he's playing good. The Swedish, he's playing really good. It's good to see that none of their strikers are injured, not yet. Callum Wilson is an injured prone.
This guy always injured. It's great.
Yeah, but Burnley, Burnley next 2 games, as I said, Tuesday they played Luton Town away, and then they played Chelsea at home. Nothing. It's not going to get easy any harder than that for Vincent Kompany, So I don't see him picked up a point. Probably picked up a point at Luton Town.
Yeah.
That's champion. That's like the top teams in championship, and playing Chelsea. Chelsea's it doesn't matter what Chelsea is doing right now. They're struggling with farm, but Chelsea still can beat a Burnley team and give in their 4-5-0.
Yeah.
So. It's not looking really good right now for Vincent Kompany, man. But the game that played Nottingham Forest and Brentford, did you see any much of that game?
No, I only see the Dominguez goal, the equalizer from Nottingham Forest, but
that was a good header.
That was a brilliant header. I think the keeper could have did a little bit better with that.
That was a really good header.
That's a good header, and I did predict that game to draw 1-1, so I wasn't really expecting anything from that game and stuff like that. But the only thing I kind of take away from that was going on with Santos, the Brazilian that got loaned to Nottingham Forest. He yet to play a game. Why did Chelsea loan him there? That's stopping his development. I don't get it. I don't understand that.
You could easily find a team in the Spanish La Liga, where even Burnley would have even good to have a player like that. Even probably Luton Town, good to have a player like that in the midfield.
Should have went to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest signed so many players.
So many players. Whenever a small team try to get a kid from a big team and then you place him on the bench, you can break that player confidence, because coming from here to here and sitting on the bench is a different level. Playing at Chelsea, sitting on the bench is cool, but drop down to Nottingham Forest and sit on the bench, that is another thing. And you're not going to go for a player from a top 6 club in the Premier League and put him on your bench. Why you loan him at first? So when you go for a player like that, I think you're going to put him straight into the lineup because you see the quality of the player. But they're just not doing it. But preview the game, man. The West London derby on Monday.
Chelsea. They have to win that game. Doesn't matter. Could it be a flups, own goal, penalty? Doesn't matter. They have to win that game. They can't draw. They can't lose. That's all. They cannot. They have to win that game. Else they're gonna be way behind. We already falling behind. Doesn't matter how we win that game. I don't care how we play. Could be long ball. Remember Dilap from Stoke City, long ball. I don't care how we win that game. We have to win that game.
Nicholas Jackson is out.
He's out. Maybe
Gusto is out.
Fall is number 9. I don't know. I don't know how Pochettino gonna set up tomorrow. We got Broja, but is he ready? I don't know. I'm not sure. So
yeah, I don't think he's 100% ready though. The keeper, what the hell he was doing in that Brighton game?
Maybe if we got that this time for Chelsea and he's not on Brighton anymore.
What the hell
but
he
has been Chelsea best, one of Chelsea best players.
He's playing excellent, but it's not one time, it's twice.
I think Brighton was pressing Chelsea really bad in that game. And then second half you could have seen a little bit different. Like they able to play out from the back. But I think Brighton was really, really pressing us. Brighton one of the best team in the league, so yeah.
I mean, Fulham is not looking impressive. They're struggling to score goals. Mitrovic scored most of their goals last season, and they have the Mexican Jimenez. So I don't know where the goals are going to come from for Fulham.
I don't know what to expect from Fulham tomorrow. I don't know.
Probably 12, 13. Right now they are in 12th position, so
yeah.
I don't know where the goals are coming from, but Fulham struggle to score goals. But let's see what's happening tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
We have come to the end of the PREM Podcast, episode 6. People, thanks for watching. Really appreciate all the support you guys been giving the channels, both channels, DFC and Nicardo Media House. But catch us over, DFS Daniel Football Show channel, where we're going to do that extra time talk podcast where we just talk about the big games around the world. Yeah, man. We out. Peace out.
Peace out, people.
In the city life, I'm feeling so alive. Drifting around the corner, got them shades on my eyes. It's a pretty little thing by my side that's flawless. Why you niggas still chasing routes?